The Walking Dead Trap. 12 silent leg signals seniors ignore until it's too late. Your legs aren't just old. They're sending quiet warnings most people miss. The top 1% catch 12 silent signals early and stay steady on stairs, warm in bed, and quick in the bathroom. Miss them, and life shrinks fast, and the average fall sends an $8,400 medical bill. Here's the bold truth. The Walking Dead Trap is silent circulation plus nerve decline, pipes and wires failing together. I pulled these patterns from over 1,000 senior cases, and today you'll test at home. A toe capillary refill check targeting 3 seconds or less, and a 5 times sit to stand with a target under 12 seconds. I'll also show you the antibacterial mouthwash Nitric Oxide Trap and the 3-minute toe test that predicts night warmth. Let's map the trap first, because once you see it, you'll know exactly how to fix it. The cost of ignoring leg signals. When you ignore leg signals, your world gets smaller. You start avoiding evening walks because your feet feel cold. You skip stairs because your calves burn by the second flight. You pull back socially because shuffling and wobbling feels risky. That fear of falling steals confidence long before it steals mobility. There's another cost: missed moments, shorter outings, saying no to a quick museum trip, or skipping the park with grandkids because you're worried about bathroom speed or uneven paths. Those choices add up. And then there's the money trap. The average fall sends an $8,400 medical bill. Compare that to at-home fixes that cost nothing but consistency. A 3-minute flow warm-up, a toe color test, aiming for capillary refill, less than or equal to 3 seconds, short daily drills, and a 5 times sit to stand that trends under 12 seconds. That trade is a no-brainer. The thing most people miss is this: it's usually not bad knees. It's bad pipes and wires. Circulation problems like peripheral arterial disease and nerve issues like peripheral neuropathy are common and underdiagnosed. The good news? Clients who addressed flow first, then nerves, then strength saw warmer feet, steadier steps, and faster sit-to-stands in weeks. Okay, so before we fix anything, let's define the pipes wires model and set the clinical targets we'll use to guide every decision. Pipes wires model core revelation. Think of your legs as a fuel and signal system. The pipes, your arteries and veins, bring oxygen and nutrients in, then carry waste out. The wires, your nerves, carry messages for balance, power, and pain. When pipes underdeliver, wires misfire. When wires misfire, vessels lose smart control. That loop is the trap. Why this matters: peripheral arterial disease affects roughly 1 in 10 people over 65. Even without a formal diagnosis, lower limb vessels stiffen with inactivity. Uninterrupted sitting hits the arteries in your legs hardest, so long TV blocks and car rides quietly stall your flow. Nerves are oxygen hungry, so when flow drops, they're first to complain. Burning at night, tingling in toes, slower reactions. This clicked for me when a client said, "I walk more and it hurts more." Most people are told just walk, but here's the catch. Walking on cold pipes and sleepy nerves can flare symptoms. Underfueled, nerves scream, and claudication, the calf ache that shows up after a few blocks, kicks harder. Therefore, we prime flow first, then wake the nerves, then load the muscles. Sequence matters. Let me show you exactly how to recognize the loop. Red flags from the pipe's side include cold feet that don't warm quickly, calf ache that appears at a predictable distance and eases with rest, and slow toe color refill. From the wire side, watch for numb big toes or pinky toes burning at night, and wobbly balance when you close your eyes. From the function side, a slow 5 times sit to stand, over 12 seconds, signals higher fall risk and lower power. From the skin and nails, shiny hairless shins, slow nail growth, and wounds that linger are all whispers of low perfusion. We're going to anchor to 2 simple clinical targets you can test at home. First, capillary refill. Elevate your legs for about 30 seconds, lower them, and count how fast your big toe pad turns pink. The target is 3 seconds or less than or equal to 3 seconds. Slower than that suggests sluggish microcirculation. Second, the 5 times sit to stand. Arms crossed, stand up and sit down 5 times as fast as is safe. Under 12 seconds, less than 12 seconds, points to lower fall risk and better leg power. Over that means we've got work to do. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Nitric oxide is your body's natural vessel dilator, and leafy greens and beets boost it. But if you use antibacterial mouthwash, you can block the mouth bacteria that convert nitrate to nitric oxide. Mouth breathing can limit nasal NO too. So, food helps, but habits can cancel it. Fix the habits, get more out of the food. Now, the but/therefore pattern that keeps you safe. Most people try to walk through it, but that often backfires because pipes aren't primed and nerves are underfueled. Therefore, you start with a 3-minute flow primer, ankle pumps, calf squeezes, heel-toe rockers, then you move, and you finish with a calm down. Once flow is up, light nerve glides wake the wires without provoking them. Then you add strength and power dosing, sit to stands, step-ups, calf raises, with tempo that respects your joints. Pay attention, this next part is crucial. The loop also shows up as autonomic drift. Colder feet at night, slower reaction time stepping off curbs, and needing the rail for stairs more than just for safety. When you improve flow, nerves get oxygen again, signals sharpen, and balance steadies. And boom, your toe color returns faster, your 5x sit-to-stand time drops, and night warmth improves. If you remember nothing else, remember this sequence. Prime the pipes, wake the wires, then load the engine. We'll use those 2 targets, 3-second toe color, less than or equal to 3 seconds, and under 12-second 5x sit-to-stand, less than 12 seconds, to measure progress. Now that you've got the model, we'll map the 12 silent signals so you can spot exactly where your system is whispering for help. The 12 silent leg signals. Overview map. Let's map the signals so you can spot your pattern fast. We'll group them so you know whether the issue is pipes, wires, power, or skin level clues. Group A is blood flow, the pipes. 3 big ones. Cold feet that don't warm quickly, toe color that lags coming back to pink beyond our 3-second goal, and calf aching that shows up predictably on a walk and eases with rest. If you're nodding yes here, you likely need more flow priming and nitrate support before loading your walks. Group B is the nerves, the wires. Look for numb big toes or pinky toes, burning or electric tingling at night, and deep sock line dents by evening. That last one sounds like circulation, but the dent pattern plus nighttime symptoms often means the pipes and wires are already influencing each other. We'll use a simple pitting scale from 0 to 3 to score those dents, because rebound time matters. Group C is strength and balance, the engine. If you wobble with your eyes closed, pull the rail on stairs for strength rather than safety, or take longer than 12 seconds on the 5 times sit to stand, your system can't produce or control force fast enough to stay safe. That's where power dosing and balance stacks come in, but only after pipes and wires are awake. Group D is skin and nails, the dashboard. Shiny, hairless shins, slow toenail growth, or nails that get thick and brittle, and small wounds that linger past 10 days point to low perfusion and higher risk. These are not cosmetic issues. They're late signals that the pipes need attention, and the nerves may already be hypoxic. Here's the kicker. Ignoring any one of these, especially the color refill delay, is the 70% drop-off mistake. People wait until the problem is loud, and then wonder why it's harder to turn around. Don't do that. We'll drill each signal with a quick why, what, how, what it means, the at-home test, and the first fix you can try today. Start with the easiest win for you, but keep those 2 targets in mind. 3-second toe color and under 12 seconds sit to stand. Ready? Let's start with the one most people brush off: cold feet. Signal 1. Cold feet that don't warm fast. Cold feet are not just a comfort problem. They're a flow signal and an autonomic signal. When arteries underdeliver or the small vessels aren't dilating on cue, your feet run cold. When the automatic nerve control drifts, vessels stay too tight, especially at night. The thing most people miss is this: if one foot is consistently colder than the other, that asymmetry is a louder red flag than both being a little cool. What should you observe? Mornings are the tell. Do your feet feel cold getting out of bed? And stay that way even after you move to the bathroom and kitchen? Does one foot take longer to warm? Do socks help only while they're on? And the moment you pull them off, the cold rushes back. That's pipes and wires both whispering. Let me show you exactly how to test this at home. Do a 60-second warm wrap. Take a warm, damp washcloth. Wrap each foot for 30 seconds. Then remove and pay attention to how quickly natural warmth returns. Don't use a heater for this. We want your own circulation to do the work. If you feel only a brief surface warmth that fades in under a minute, that's a sign the tissue isn't holding heat because fresh warm blood isn't arriving fast enough. While you're at it, check whether one foot still feels colder by touch compared to the other. Now, the fix you can try today. Before your first steps each morning, run a 90-second primer focused just on the ankles and calves. Do this sequence: 30 ankle pumps, point your toes away, and pull them back like you're working a gas pedal. Then 30 calf squeezes. Use your hands to gently press and release the meat of each calf, up and down like you're milking it. Finish with 30 heel-toe rockers. Stand at the counter, rise onto your toes, then rock back on your heels, small range, steady pace. Keep breathing through your nose. 4 to 6 calm nasal breaths, because nasal breathing supports nitric oxide in your airways, which helps vessels open. Food and fluids matter here too. Heavy salt plus dehydration can leave your feet colder by pulling fluid where you don't want it and lowering plasma volume. Start the day with a glass of water. If your blood pressure runs low, a pinch of salt with it can help maintain volume. Later in the day, add leafy greens or a small beet boost to support nitric oxide. But here's the shortcut nobody teaches. If you're using antibacterial mouthwash, you might be blocking the mouth bacteria that convert dietary nitrate into nitric oxide. That means you do the food right, but lose the benefit. Swap the antiseptic rinse. And avoid brushing your tongue right before a nitrate-rich drink. Now, here's where most people mess up. They put a space heater on their feet and think they're fixing the problem. Heat is fine for comfort, but it doesn't train your vessels. If you skip the circulation work, you'll step away from the heater, and the cold comes right back. Another mistake is doing long static calf stretches right away. Early on, that can actually reduce the muscle pump. Keep it dynamic for the first 2 minutes. What's the quick win you should expect? With that 90-second primer before your first steps, your feet should feel warmer within minutes, your first steps to the bathroom should feel steadier, and the cold shock when you hit the floor should fade. In a week, you should notice faster warm-up on stairs and fewer hesitations getting up at night. If that's you, great. Keep the primer and layer it into your larger flow routine. If you're not seeing a change, double-check your habits. Are you breathing through your nose during the drill? Are you hydrating? Are you unknowingly canceling your nitrate boost with an antiseptic rinse? Fix those, then retest. And remember, we'll validate this with the color refill target. Cold feet plus slow toe color return points squarely at the pipes. That's our next signal, and it's a powerful at-home check that predicts night warmth. Coming up, signal 2, slow toe color refill. This one's simple, quick, and surprisingly accurate. We're checking microcirculation, the tiny vessels that deliver oxygen to your skin and nerves. When they're sluggish, your toes stay pale longer after a brief elevation. That delay isn't cosmetic. It means tissues get fuel late and nerves stay cranky at night. Here's exactly how to do it. Sit or lie back and elevate both legs so your feet are above heart level for 30 seconds. You can rest your heels on a pillow or the back of a couch. After 30 seconds, let your legs drop to the floor and immediately press the pad of your big toe for 1 second, just enough to blanch it white. Release and count 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000 until it turns pink. The target is 3 seconds or less. Test both feet and write down the times. What does it mean? 3 seconds or faster is a green light for capillary refill. 4 to 5 seconds is a yellow flag. Your pipes need priming before any hard efforts. 6 seconds or more is a red flag to be cautious with loading and to consider talking with your clinician, especially if it's asymmetrical or paired with calf ache on walks. If one foot is consistently slower, that asymmetry carries more weight than a small delay on both. Now, the fix. The fastest lever is movement that specifically pumps blood through the foot and calf without overtaxing the system. Do 60 seconds of heel-toe rockers twice a day. Standing at the counter, rise onto the balls of your feet, then gently rock back so your forefoot lifts. Small range, steady rhythm, breathe through your nose. Pair that with a 5-minute easy walk after meals. Breakfast and lunch are best to use digestion plus muscle pump to push flow to the legs. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Boost nitric oxide and stop blocking. Leafy greens and beets supply nitrate, which your mouth bacteria convert to nitrite and then nitric oxide, a natural vessel opener. Antibacterial mouthwash wipes out those helpful bacteria, so you lose the upgrade. 2 moves. Skip antiseptic rinses near nitrate-rich meals or switch to a non-antibacterial rinse. And avoid brushing your tongue right before a nitrate-rich drink or salad. Also, keep your mouth closed during walks when you can. Nasal breathing supports nitric oxide in your airways and helps vessels open. Common mistakes to avoid. Testing right after a hot shower or with cold feet from outside. That skews results. Test at the same time of day, room temperature, and seated, not dangling feet for minutes first. Don't press the toe too hard or too long. 1 second is enough. And don't jump to hard intervals. If your refill is slow, you'll provoke symptoms and quit early. Quick win to expect. Within a week of daily rockers plus post-meal walks, many people see a 1 to 2 second improvement toward that 3 second target and notice warmer feet at night. Retest every 3 to 4 days. If your number drops and stays lower, you're priming the pipes. If it won't budge, check for the mouthwash trap, bump your greens and beets at lunch, and add a few sips of water mid-morning. When your color speeds up, night warmth usually follows. Signal 3. Calf ache after 2 to 3 blocks. If your calf starts aching or tightening after 2 or 3 blocks, and then eases when you stop, that pattern matters. Pain with predictable distance plus quick relief with rest is classic intermittent claudication, pipes struggling to deliver fuel under load. Deconditioning pain usually warms up and fades as you keep moving. Claudication flares with effort and settles when you pause. The reason this matters: starving muscles demand more oxygen, but narrowed arteries can't keep up. Push too hard on cold pipes, and you'll flare, back off, and slowly shrink your walking world. Let me show you exactly how to test this. Pick a flat route you can repeat. Warm the pipes first with 1 minute of ankle pumps and heel-toe rockers. Start a timer and walk at your normal outdoor pace. Note the exact spot or time when the ache first appears. Call that pain onset distance. Keep walking if the pain is mild. And note the spot where you must slow or stop. Call that stop point. Stop, stand still, and time how long it takes for the ache to fade to 0. That's recovery time. Then, after the pain clears, resume an easier pace for a minute and finish. Back home, cross-check capillary refill. If it's slower than 3 seconds, that strengthens the pipes hypothesis. Now the fix. The game changer here is interval walking that stays just under your ceiling so the pipes adapt without blowing up the nerves. Do this 3 to 5 days per week. 1 minute brisk, 1 minute easy, repeat 10 times. On the brisk minutes, aim for a 5 to 6 out of 10 effort. Enough to challenge, not enough to spike pain past moderate. If pain climbs to a 6, use the next easy minute to settle it. Over weeks, the brisk minute stretches further before pain shows. That means pipes are adapting. 2 support moves help a lot. First, consider light compression, 15 to 20 millimeters of mercury, during walks if you get heavy legs or evening swelling. It supports venous return without clamping arteries. Second, stack your walk 30 to 60 minutes after a nitrate-rich lunch, greens or beets, and skip antibacterial mouthwash, so you actually get the nitric oxide boost. Nasal breathing on the easy minutes helps too. Common mistakes that stall progress. Pushing through level. 8 pain thinking, no pain, no gain. That backfires. Nerves scream from falls apart and you cut sessions short. Another trap is starting cold. No flow primer. No warm-up, then flaring in minute 2 and quitting. And don't jump to hills yet. Flat ground lets you dose effort precisely. What results should you expect? A quick win is steadier pacing without sudden shutdowns. Within 2 weeks, most people see pain onset distance move from, say, 2 blocks to 3 or 4, and recovery time shortens by 15 to 30 seconds. In 4 weeks, it's common to double your comfortable distance if you're consistent and keep pain in the moderate zone. Track 3 numbers weekly: pain onset distance, recovery time, and your toe color refill. When your refill time trends toward 3 seconds and your onset distance stretches, you're rebuilding the pipes, which sets you up for the next signal. Signal 4. When nerves start burning or electric tingling at night. If your feet buzz, burn, or feel electric at night, that's your nerves talking, and usually they're hungry. Small fiber nerves are oxygen hungry. When flow dips in the evening and glucose swings are wider, those nerves run an oxygen debt and fire off false alarms. The pain isn't imaginary. It's a supply problem showing up as a signal problem. Let's pin it down with a quick home screen. During the day, when your feet are warm and dry, sit down and do a 10-point light touch map using a toothpick or a cotton swab. Close your eyes, tap gently on the pad of the big toe, the pinky toe, the ball under the big toe, the ball under the pinky, midsole, heel, and then 3 spots across the top of the foot. Ask yourself, felt it clearly, felt something dull, or didn't notice? Compare left to right. If several spots feel dull or asymmetric, that's a nerve feedback hint, especially when paired with slow toe color or evening swelling. Now, what helps tonight without making things worse? Nerves hate aggressive stretching when they're irritated. Instead, think glide, don't stretch. Here's a 10-minute evening sequence. Lie back with one knee slightly bent for a tibial nerve glide. Gently straighten the knee a bit while you pull the ankle up and turn the sole slightly outward until you feel a mild pull, then back off. Smooth in and out, 10 slow reps, no holding. For the peroneal glide, toes point up and inward softly as the knee extends a touch. Again, glide in and out. You should feel movement relief, not a big stretch. Follow with 60 seconds of ankle pumps to use the muscle pump, then elevate your calves just an inch or 2 on a pillow, about a 5-degree lift, to ease venous pressure without clamping arteries. Ditch tight socks overnight. They trap fluid and irritate nerves. Food timing matters more than most people think. Late sugary tea, cookies, or juice spike and crash glucose. And nerves feel that swing. Swap the late sugar for a small protein and fiber snack. If you truly need it, Greek yogurt with a few berries or a slice of turkey and a pear. Aim to finish dinner earlier. And keep fluids moderate in the last hour so you aren't up all night, but do hit your daytime hydration so blood volume isn't low by bedtime. 2 stealth upgrades, nasal breathing and the nitrate pathway. In the evening, Keep breath slow and through your nose to support nitric oxide in your airways, which helps vessels open. And if you're using antiseptic mouthwash, it can wipe out the oral bacteria that convert dietary nitrate to nitric oxide. So even if you had beets at lunch, you may blunt the benefit. Save any strong rinse for mornings away from nitrate-rich meals, or use a non-antibacterial option. Common mistakes: holding nerve positions until they're numb, foam rolling calves hard right before bed, or wearing compressive leggings overnight. All three can fire up night symptoms. Your quick win target is fewer wake-ups and a softer burn. Many people notice improvement within a week of gentle glides, light elevation, and a better snack swap. Validate it in the morning, steadier first steps, and your toe color test trending faster. If burning pairs with new weakness or wounds you didn't feel, loop in your clinician. Otherwise, keep stacking these calm signals so the wires chill while we keep building the pipes. Signal 5, numb big toe pad or pinky toe. Numbness in the big toe pad or the pinky toe isn't random. Those zones map to specific nerve branches. The big toe pad often points to L4/L5 or tibial nerve underperformance. The pinky toe leans more toward peroneal branches. Why this matters: toes are your steering and your push-off. When sensation fades, balance drifts, push-off power drops, and you start shuffling to play it safe. That actually raises trip risk on rugs and curbs. Let's make this concrete with a quick at-home discrimination test. Grab 2 different coins, a quarter and a penny. Close your eyes and have someone place 1 coin under the pad of your big toe for 2 seconds. Your job is to name it bigger ridged edge or smaller smooth edge. Do 5 randomized trials per toe, then switch to the pinky toe pad. If you're solo, you can alternate coins yourself, just don't peek and call it out loud to keep yourself honest. Record correct out of 5 for each spot and each foot. Fewer than 4 correct or a left-right gap is a signal your sensory resolution is dulled in that zone. Now, the fix that brings sensation and power back together. First, wake the foot intrinsics with the short foot drill. Stand barefoot near a counter. Without curling your toes, gently draw the ball of the foot toward the heel like you're zipping up the arch. Hold 2 seconds, release. 10 smooth reps per foot. You should feel the arch lift without cramping. Pair that with towel curls. Place a hand towel on the floor, sit tall, and use your toes to scrunch the towel toward you, then push it away to lengthen. 2 sets of 30 to 45 seconds each foot. These build the stabilizers that help the nerves here and the foot push off. Footwear is the multiplier. The thing most people miss is toe space. You need at least a thumb's width beyond the longest toe and a wide toe box so the forefoot can spread. Keep a stiff heel counter to lock the rear foot and a flexible forefoot to let the toes work. Constant flip-flops are a trap. They force toe gripping and give you no heel control, which annoys nerves and flattens your arch strategy. Add 1 minute of toe yoga daily. Lift just the big toe while the other 4 stay down. Then swap big toe down, 4 up, 10 reps each way. If it's hard, use your fingers to assist, but keep trying to earn the separation. This reteaches the nerves and small muscles to send clean signals. Common mistakes: curling the toes during short foot, that's compensation. Doing towel curls only without the arch lift, or buying narrow walking shoes because they feel snug. Snug equals squish. Squish dull sensation and steals push off. Quick wins you can expect within 2 weeks. Better coin discrimination scores, a clearer feel for where your foot lands, and a stronger push-off that shortens your 5x sit-to-stand time by a second or so. Retest coins weekly and log it next to your toe color and sit-to-stand. If numbness pairs with new weakness or spreads quickly, loop your clinician in. Otherwise, keep the drills, fix the shoes, and watch your gait lose that shuffle. Signal 6. Deep sockline dents by evening. Those deep sock marks at the end of the day aren't just tight socks. They're a flow message, venous pooling, and sluggish lymph. When blood and fluid hang out around the ankle and shin, your legs feel heavy, shoes get tighter by dinner, and night warmth drops. The kicker, pooling worsens microcirculation, which slows toe color refill and irritates nerves. Pipes and wires again. Let's measure it so you're not guessing. Late afternoon, sit with feet flat on the floor for 2 minutes. Press your thumb firmly into the front of your shin, just above the ankle, for 5 seconds. Release and watch. If the dent bounces back instantly, that's A. If it takes about 2 seconds, call it a 1. If the pit holds closer to 3 to 5 seconds, that's a 2. If it really holds, and you can still see the crater after 5 seconds, that's a 3. Do both legs and write the numbers down, plus any sock line depth you see. Rebound time matters more than how dramatic the line looks. Now here's how to nudge that fluid back where it belongs. The calf is your second heart. You need a regular pump dose while you're awake. Use the calf pump ladder. Every 3 hours, do 10 ankle pumps, 10 calf squeezes with your hands, and 10 gentle heel raises at a counter. It takes 1 minute. If you sit for long stretches, set a phone timer. Add a 5-minute easy walk after meals to use digestion and the muscle pump together. Compression can be a quiet game changer when chosen right. Try a 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury, knee-high, during daytime if you score a 2 or higher or feel heavy legs by evening. Put them on in the morning when swelling is low, take them off before bed, and retest pitting after 3 days. If 20 to 30 feels like too much, start with 15 to 20 for comfort. Pair compression with light elevation breaks. When you rest, kick the recliner or pillow up about 15 degrees, so the ankle is just above the knee, not way over the heart, so arteries aren't pinched. If you have arterial disease concerns or foot wounds, check with your clinician before using higher compression. 2 stealth upgrades amplify the effect. First, micromovement. Under your desk or at the table, trace slow alphabet letters with your feet. That keeps valves cycling. Second, nitrate support plus, not blocking it. Stack greens or beets at lunch and skip antibacterial mouthwash, so the nitrate to nitric oxide pathway stays alive. Nasal breathing on your post-meal walks helps vessels open. Common mistakes that keep dents deep. Sitting for hours with feet flat and ankles frozen, crossing legs all day, tight socks that band at mid-calf, and relying on heat without movement. Another trap is wearing compression to bed. Skip it unless your clinician told you otherwise. Night use can irritate nerves and doesn't train the pump. What quick wins should you expect? In 3 to 5 days, pitting scores often drop a grade, say from a 2 to a 1, and evening ankle circumference shrinks a notch. Legs feel lighter by dinner, shoes slip on easier, and your toe color refill trends faster toward that 3-second target. Track 3 things weekly: your pitting score with rebound seconds, evening sock line depth, and your capillary refill. When the dents fade and the color speeds up, nerves calm, and night warmth improves. That steadier base sets you up for the next test: balance with eyes closed. Signal 7. Wobble when eyes closed, 10-second test. Balance is your nervous system's honest report card. If you're steady with eyes open but wobble the moment you close them, your body's leaning too hard on vision because the wires from feet to brain aren't giving clean data. Neuropathy blunts that feedback. Pipes matter too. Low flow dull sensation. So this test sits right at the pipes wires intersection. Here's the home check. Stand near a counter for safety. Barefoot if it's safe, shoes if not. First, eyes open, lift 1 foot just an inch, knees soft, and hold for up to 10 seconds. Switch legs. Now repeat with eyes closed. Count out loud. 2 numbers to record per leg. Eyes open seconds and eyes closed seconds. If your closed eye time drops by more than half, or you can't hold 2 to 3 seconds, that's a clear signal to train proprioception. While you're here, jot your 5x sit to stand time. Under 12 seconds pairs with lower fall risk. Over 12 means we've got power to build. Let me show you exactly how to rebuild controls safely. Use the 3-stage balance stack, 2 to 3 minutes total once or twice daily. Stage 1, wide stance, feet hip width, knees soft, chest relaxed. Hold 30 seconds with eyes open, then 10 to 15 seconds, eyes closed. Stage 2, narrow stance, feet together or a fist width apart. Same holds. Stage 3, tandem, one foot directly in front of the other, heel to toe. Switch lead foot halfway. If you're shaky, keep a fingertip on the counter. Lighten that contact over days. Breathe through your nose the whole time. Steady nasal breaths keep you from bracing and help vessels open a touch. Cue checklist. So the right parts work. Tripod foot, big toe, little toe, heel all kissing the floor. Soft knees, no locking, gentle belly brace like you're zipping snug pants. Let the ankles stay springy. The thing most people miss is they hold their breath and stiffen the ankles. That makes you teeter. Loosen the ankles, keep the tripod, and let micro movements do the job. Now, here's where most people mess up. They jump straight to single leg, eyes closed on day 1 and scare themselves, or they stare at the floor and forget to progress. Start where you can own it with perfect form, then nudge the difficulty. Reduce fingertip contact, narrow stance, then shorten vision time. And don't chase long holds while you're swaying wildly. Quality beats duration. Retest your 5x sit to stand weekly. When balance steadies, your time usually trends toward that under 12-second goal. Pair balance with power. Between sets, do one quick sit to stand. Down slow for 3 seconds, up fast. That teaches your system to produce force under control. 2 short wins link here. As your tandem hold reaches 10 seconds per side and your 5x sit to stand drops toward 12 seconds, you'll notice fewer micro stumbles at the sink and while turning in the bathroom. Track it weekly, eyes open and eyes closed times per leg, best tandem time, and your 5x sit to stand. If your closed eye time grows and your sit to stand shrinks, your wires are waking and your engine's responding. And remember the sequence. Prime the pipes first if your toe color is slow, then work this stack. Once this steadies, stairs stop feeling like tightrope walking, and the rail becomes backup, not a crutch. Signal 8, pulling on rail for stairs, not just safety. Grabbing the rail can be smart, but if you're hauling yourself up by the arm, that's not just caution. That's your legs asking for help. The usual culprits are underpowered quads and glutes, plus a stiff or painful knee that makes you compensate. Pipes and wires matter here too. Low flow and dull feedback make the knee feel wobbly, so your arm takes over. The problem is, once the arm becomes the engine, the legs stop getting the signal to adapt. Let's make this objective with a quick home screen. Find a standard stair. Start with your easier leg. Step up and fully stand tall, then step down, repeating as many controlled reps as you can in 30 seconds while barely touching the rail for balance, not pulling. Count clean reps. Knee tracks over the middle toes. Heel stays heavy at the top, no pitching forward. Rest a minute, switch legs, and test the other side. A gap of 3 reps or more between legs or early burning above the knee points to quad and glute underpower. If you can't do continuous reps without arm pulling, write that down too. Pair this with your current 5x sit to stand time. Over 12 seconds often shows up with rail reliance. Now, the fix that builds real stair power without flaring your knees. 2 moves twice a week. First, sit to stand clusters. Choose a chair that lets your hips drop just above knee level. Cross your arms, hinge your hips back, lower for 3 seconds, then drive up fast. Quiet feet, big exhale. Do 3 reps, rest 20 seconds. Repeat that mini set 3 times. That's 1 cluster. Do 2 to 3 clusters with a minute between. If your knees bark, raise the seat height with a cushion to keep the range pain-free. Second, step-ups with intent. Use a low step, 4 to 8 inches. Place your whole foot. On the step, lean your chest slightly forward to load the hip, press through the heel and midfoot, and stand tall without pushing on the rail. Control the way down. That's where strength sticks. Start with sets of 8 to 10 per leg, 2 to 3 sets. If one side is weaker, give it an extra set. Keep the knee tracking over the middle toes. If it caves in, reduce step height and slow down. Here's the pain hack that surprises people. 3 minutes of relaxed backward walking on flat ground before your step-ups or a stair session. Small steps, toes straight ahead, gentle knee bend. This shifts the load toward the hips, wakes the quads without deep knee bend, and often reduces front of knee irritation. Follow that with a 1-minute flow primer, ankle pumps, and heel-toe rockers. So the pipes are open before you ask for power. Common mistakes: yanking the rail on every rep, letting the knee dive inward, bouncing off the step with the trailing leg, or doing only long, slow walks and calling it leg day. You need tempo, slow down, stand up fast, and progression. Add a book under the foot to raise height. Add a light backpack when form is solid, or add 1 rep per set weekly. Quick wins to expect within 2 to 3 weeks. Cleaner knee tracking, less arm haul on stairs, and a 1 to 2 rep gain on your 30-second step test per leg. Many people also shave a second off their 5x sit to stand, just from better hip drive. Retest stairs weekly. When you can go up using the rail as a backup, not a crutch, your engine's kicking back in, and the next signal, movement speed, gets easier. Signal 9, 5x sit to stand over 15 seconds. This is the simplest lab you can run at home, and it predicts a lot. If your 5 times sit to stand takes longer than 12 seconds, your fall risk and hospitalization risk climb. It's not just strength, it's power. How fast you can produce force when it counts, like catching yourself after a slip. Pipes and wires show up here too. Low flow and fuzzy feedback make you slow off the chair. Let me show you exactly how to test it. Use a standard, stable chair without arms. Scoot to the front edge. Cross your arms over your chest. Feet under your knees, about hip width, toes slightly out. Start your timer. Stand all the way up, lock hips and knees, then sit back down and touch the seat lightly. 5 total reps as fast as you can safely control. Stop the timer on the 5th stand. Write the number down. Under 12 seconds. Great. Over 12. We've got clear room to improve. If you need to tap the chair or lightly touch a counter for safety, note that and retest under the same conditions next time. Why this test matters: in daily life, you're getting up from toilets, car seats, and couches. Slow reps here means stairs feel heavier, bathroom trips take longer, and quick turns in the kitchen get shaky. The reason this works is it trains the exact pattern that protects you. Hip hinge, knee drive, ankle push, then balance at the top. Your green zone target is under 12 seconds with clean form. Now, the better method to fix it: use tempo. Do 3 rounds, 2 to 3 days per week. In each round, perform 6 to 8 reps down slow, up fast. That's a 3-second lower under control, a 1-second pop-up. Rest 45 to 60 seconds between sets. Keep form tight. Hinge hips back first, shins tall, knees track over the middle toes, torso proud. If your knees complain, raise the seat with a cushion so the bottom position is pain-free and crisp. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Cluster sets. Do 3 reps, rest 20 seconds, 3 reps, rest 20, then 3 more. That gives you 9 total high-quality, fast ups without your technique falling apart. Progress 1 variable at a time. First, perfect the hinge, then add a rep, then lower the seat a 1/2 inch, then add a light load like a backpack. Once a week, finish with a speed test, set of 5 perfect reps, and time it. Don't grind, just measure. Common mistakes to avoid: rocking forward and launching off your toes, collapsing knees inward, bouncing onto the seat, or doing only slow endurance reps. Don't hold your breath. Exhale on the drive up, inhale on the controlled lower. And don't skip the flow primer if your toe color is slow. Warm pipes give you better power. Quick wins you can expect in 7 to 14 days. A smoother first rep, less hand reach for momentum, and about 1 to 3 seconds shaved off your test. Pair this with protein timing, 25 to 30 grams within 2 hours of your session to feed muscle repair. Retest weekly under the same setup. When you bring this under 12 seconds and hold it, everything else gets easier. Stairs, car exits, and those quick, whoa signal moments where power shiny, hairless shins. This one hides in plain sight. If your lower legs look glossy, skin feels thin, and the hair below the knee has quietly vanished, your pipes have likely been under-delivering for a while. It's not a shaving issue, it's chronic low perfusion. When blood flow dribbles in, your body prioritizes core tissues. Skin and hair sit at the end of the supply line, so texture changes first. The reason this matters, skin is a frontline sensor. When it thins and dries, it cracks easier, you lose temperature feedback, and small scrapes take longer to close. Let's make this objective with a quick at-home screen. First, compare both shins in good light. Do you see a smooth, almost polished look with fewer visible pores? That's 1 point. Second, run a fingertip up the front of the shin and calf. Does it feel slick and tight instead of springy? That's 2. Third, do a simple pinch and release on the outer shin. Gently lift a small fold of skin between thumb and finger, then let go. Healthy skin should spring back quickly. If it's slow to recoil compared to the calf, note it. Finally, check the hairline. If you've lost hair in a clear band from mid-shin down on both legs without other causes, that's another clue. None of these alone are proof, but together with a slow toe color refill or cold feet, the pipe story gets strong. Now, the first fixes that nudge perfusion and skin health without overdoing it. Start with a contrast foot bath. 3 cycles, 3 minutes warm, 1 minute cool. Keep it comfortable, warm like a hot shower, not scalding, cool like brisk tap water, not ice. Always end on warm. While your feet are in, gently massage the calves from ankle toward knee with light, sweeping strokes. Think, assist the return, not deep digging. This combo encourages vessels to dilate and constrict on cue and wakes the muscle pump. Follow with a 2-minute flow primer. 30 ankle pumps, 30 gentle calf squeezes with your hands, and 30 small heel-toe rockers at the counter. Breathe through your nose the whole time. Then add a thin, unscented moisturizer and turn it into a quick circulation rub. Long strokes up the leg, small circles around the ankle bones. The thing most people miss is they slather petroleum jelly daily. And stop there. It traps moisture, sure, but it doesn't move fluid or train vessels. Use a light lotion you can massage in. Motion is the medicine. Nutrition supports the rebuild. Add omega-3s from fish or flax, and keep vitamin C steady from fruits and veg. Both help vessel and skin integrity. Stack your greens or a small beet serving at lunch for that nitrate to nitric oxide pathway. And don't sabotage it with antibacterial mouthwash near that meal. Test it. Run your toe color refill 3 to 4 days a week and log it next to a simple shin texture. Note: common mistakes: cooking your legs with a space heater, then skipping movement, scrubbing shins harshly in the shower, which irritates thin skin, and wearing tight, non-breathable pants all day that leave deep bands. If you also get evening swelling, trial daytime compression, 15 to 20 millimeters of mercury, and retest your pitting score. Quick wins to expect in 10 to 14 days. Skin that feels less tight and glassy, a touch more warmth to the touch after your primer, and a faster toe color number edging toward that 3-second goal. When texture improves and warmth holds longer, you're feeding the dashboard again, and you'll notice socks feel better and minor rubs bother you less. Next up, we'll look at your nails because growth speed and thickness tell us how well that new flow is actually reaching the far edge. Signal 11. Slow toenail growth or thick, brittle nails. Your nails are tiny flow meters. When nutrient delivery lags, nails grow slower, thicken, or get crumbly. Add fungus to the mix, and they turn yellow-brown, lift at the edges, and press painfully in shoes. The thing most people miss is this. Nails sit at the very end of the pipeline. If your pipes are underperforming, nails are among the first to whisper it. Let's make this objective with a simple 4-week test. Pick one big toenail. Using a fine emery board, make a tiny, shallow file mark across the nail near the base. Just a hairline, not a groove. Take a clear phone photo with a coin in frame for scale. In 4 weeks, look again. Healthy growth nudges that line forward a noticeable bit. If the line barely moves or the nail looks thicker and chalky, you've likely got a delivery problem and possibly a fungal hitchhiker riding along. Now, 2 daily drills to wake the forefoot and improve delivery where the nail lives. First, toe splay. Sit tall, bare feet on the floor. Spread your toes apart like a fan without lifting them. Hold 3 seconds. Relax. 10 reps per foot. If they won't move, help with your fingers until the brain learns. Second, metatarsal moths. Cross one ankle over the opposite knee. With your hand, gently wrap the forefoot and make small circles, then glide the toes up and down as a group. Think grease the joints, not cranky stretching. 1 minute per foot. Follow with 30 ankle pumps to use the muscle pump. These moves open the small spaces, reduce pressure points, and help capillaries feed the nail bed. Hygiene is where you win or lose. Use a dry fast routine. Wash, dry between toes thoroughly, and rotate shoes daily so foam and insoles dry out. If your nails are thick, soak briefly in warm, not hot, water. Dry well, then file the surface lightly to reduce pressure. When trimming, leave a small straight edge. Don't chase the corners deep. Clipping too short invites ingrowns and pressure pain. If edges dig, consider a professional trim. Especially if your capillary refill is slow or you have diabetes, protect those toes. Footwear still matters. Wide toe box, stiff heel counter, flexible forefoot. If shoes pinch the nail or push it upward, growth distorts and fungus thrives. Swap tight socks for ones with gentle cuffs. Deep bands trap moisture and mark up the skin. Nutrition and flow support stack on top. Keep your nitrate path alive. Greens or beets at lunch, and skip antibacterial mouthwash so oral bacteria can do their nitrate to nitric oxide job. Hit protein at 25 to 30 grams per meal to support tissue turnover, and keep vitamin C and omega-3s steady to help skin and nail integrity. Then test your pipes. Log toe color refill 3 times a week alongside your nail photo mark. Common mistakes: ripping thick nails instead of filing, soaking feet then slipping into damp shoes, or masking pressure pain with pads without fixing fit. Quick wins you can expect in 2 to 4 weeks. Less shoe edge tenderness, cleaner nail edges that don't snag socks, and a visible shift in that file mark as growth picks up. When nails improve and pressure pain fades, your steps get easier. One more sign the far end of your pipeline is waking up. Signal 12. Small wounds that linger past 10 days. This is the red alert signal most people downplay. A nick from trimming nails, a rub spot from a shoe, a small scrape on the shin. If it's not clearly shrinking by day 10, your pipes are under-delivering and infection risk is climbing. Slow healing means tissues aren't getting enough oxygen and nutrients, and waste isn't clearing. Nerves also take a hit here. When skin's in distress, your steps get guarded and stiff. Let's make this objective. So, you act early. The moment you notice a wound, take a clear photo with good light and include a coin for scale. Note the date. Then every 3 days, take the same photo from the same distance. Also measure simply. If the spot is smaller than a dime, compare it to the coin edge. If it's bigger, trace around it on a sticky note and date it. You're looking for trend, not perfection, less redness, tighter edges, and a smaller footprint over time. While it heals, offload pressure. If it's on a toe or bunion, skip tight shoes and switch to a wider pair with a soft upper. If it's on the heel or shin, avoid straps or cuffs that rub. Pat around the area, not on top of it. Then run gentle circulation support without irritating the wound. Every waking hour, do 20 ankle pumps and 5 heel-toe rockers. Keep the motions small and pain-free. Elevate the calf slightly, about 5 degrees, when sitting to ease venous pressure, but don't stack pillows so high that your foot goes cold. Wound care basics matter more than gadgets. Clean once daily with gentle soap and water. Pat dry, then apply a thin layer of plain ointment or a simple hydrogel and cover with a breathable dressing. Change it if it's damp. Skip daily peroxide or iodine. Those chemicals damage healthy tissue and slow healing. Keep skin around the wound moisturized so edges don't crack. If shoes are a must, use a silicone toe cap or donut pad to deflect pressure. Stack the flow wins you already know. Do your 3-minute flow primer before walks. Keep post-meal 5-minute walks and hit nitrate-rich foods at lunch, greens, or a small beet serving without sabotaging the nitrate to nitric oxide path with antibacterial mouthwash near that meal. Breathe through your nose on easy walks. Hydrate consistently during the day so your blood volume isn't dragging. Here's the line for medical help. Call your clinician if you see red streaks traveling up the foot or leg, spreading redness that's hot to the touch, increasing pain, swelling, or any odor. If you have diabetes, poor sensation, or your capillary refill is over 3 seconds, don't wait. Check in sooner rather than later. If a wound isn't clearly improving by day 10, you need guidance. Common mistakes: leaving wounds open to air out, soaking feet then putting on tight socks, piling heat without movement, or walking through pain because it's small. Your quick win target is a visible size drop within a week, calmer edges, and less tenderness in shoes. When the spot closes faster and your toe color time trends toward 3 seconds, you're protecting your farthest tissues. And that keeps you walking, not worrying. Flow priming before any walk. Before any walk or strength session, you need to open the pipes so the wires and muscles actually perform. This is a 3-minute ritual that turns cold, sluggish legs into warmed, responsive ones. Do it right, and you'll feel steadier in the first 30 seconds of movement, not 5 minutes later when you've already flared symptoms. Here's the exact sequence. Sit tall or stand at a counter. Start with ankle pumps. 30 smooth reps each foot, like you're gently pressing and releasing a gas pedal. Full range, no rushing. Next, calf squeezes. Cup both hands around one calf and rhythmically squeeze from ankle toward knee for 30 slow pulses. Then switch legs. You're helping veins move blood uphill. Finish with heel-toe rockers. Stand with light fingertip support. Shift your weight to your heels, lifting the toes. Then roll to your forefeet, lifting the heels. 30 small, controlled reps. That's the 3-minute primer. Pumps, squeezes, rockers. Now, layer the breathing because it matters more than you think. Take slow nasal breaths during the whole sequence. 4 to 6 deep, easy breaths per minute while you move. Nasal breathing supports nitric oxide release in your airways, which helps vessels relax a bit. Mouth breathing skips that bonus. If you find yourself huffing through your mouth, slow the pace a touch and seal the lips. Hydration is non-negotiable for flow. If you tend to run low blood pressure or get lightheaded when you stand, drink about 16 ounces of water 30 to 60 minutes before longer outings. A small pinch of salt can help if your clinician's okay with it, especially in hot weather, but don't overdo it if you've been told to limit sodium. The goal is enough circulating volume, so your legs aren't starved before you even start. Food timing can amplify this primer. Stack a nitrate bump at lunch, leafy greens, or a small beet serving. Then plan your walk 30 to 90 minutes later. Here's the thing most people miss. Antibacterial mouthwash can wipe out the oral bacteria that turn dietary nitrate into nitric oxide. If you rinse with a strong antiseptic right before or after that nitrate-rich meal, you blunt the benefit. Save it for mornings away from nitrate meals or use a non-antibacterial rinse. Also skip aggressive tongue scrubbing right before nitrate foods. Keep the pathway alive so your vessels get the message. During walks, default to nasal breathing to support endogenous nitric oxide. If your legs feel heavy or you see sock-line dents by evening, consider tools. For outings or long errands, light compression, 15 to 20 millimeters of mercury knee highs, can support venous return without clamping arteries. Put them on in the morning when swelling is lowest. Take them off before bed. If you already score 2 to 3 on pitting, trial 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury with your clinician's input. Pair compression with this primer for a 1-2 that moves fluid and fuels tissue. Let me show you the quick test that proves this works. Do your toe color refill before the primer. Elevate legs 30 seconds, lower, count the pink return. Then run the 3-minute sequence with nasal breathing and hydrate if you were short. Retest the color. Many people see a faster return immediately. That's your green light to start walking. If your refill is consistently over 3 seconds, don't skip this step. Do it twice daily for 2 weeks and track the trend. Common mistakes and how to fix them. Starting cold and sprinting out the door. Skip the hero lap. The primer is your insurance policy. Hammering heel raises to get it done fast. Fast reps don't pump as well. Keep them smooth. Holding your breath. Count slow nasal breaths or hum quietly to force a nasal route. Only doing the primer when symptoms are bad. Make it automatic so symptoms don't show up. And the sneaky one, walking dehydrated on caffeine alone. Coffee's fine, but back it with water so blood isn't syrupy. Here's your simple checklist before every walk or leg workout. 3-minute sequence. 30 pumps, 30 squeezes per leg, 30 heel-toe rockers. 4 to 6 slow nasal breaths per minute while you move. Water on board. Small pinch of salt, only if appropriate. Nitrate support at lunch on training days. Avoid antiseptic mouthwash near that meal. Compression for long outings if you swell. What quick wins should you expect? Warmer feet within minutes, fewer first step stumbles, and less early burn in the calves. Your capillary refill nudges toward 3 seconds, and your pace smooths out instead of surging, then crashing. Over 1 to 2 weeks, you'll notice your interval walks from earlier sections start with less flare, and your 5x sit to stand shaves a second because the engine isn't cold. If you remember nothing else, prime the pipes first. It's the setup that makes every nerve drill and strength set pay off. Nerve wake up daily 6 to 8 minutes. Now that the pipes are primed, let's wake the wires so signals run clean and your feet feel alive. This is a short daily routine, 6 to 8 minutes, that calms irritation, improves sensation, and sets you up for stronger steps. The thing most people miss is they stretch hard when nerves are cranky. Don't stretch, glide. You're moving the nerve in its tunnel, not yanking it like a muscle. Start with tibial nerve glides, 90 seconds per side. Sit tall at the edge of a chair. Straighten your knee a little as you pull your ankle up and turn the sole slightly outward. The instant you feel a light tug along the inside of the calf or sole, back off. Flow in and out, about a second out, a second back. Smooth 10 to 12 gentle reps, breathing through your nose. It should feel like, that's moving, not a deep stretch. If it tingles you went too far, trim the range. Switch to peroneal nerve glides, 90 seconds per side. Same setup, but this time bring toes up and roll them inward slightly as the knee eases toward straight, then back off. You'll feel a whisper along the outer shin or top of the foot. Again, glide, don't hold. Think windshield wiper, not crowbar. The reason this works is you're freeing the nerve to slide relative to nearby tissues, so it stops firing false alarms. Once the big wires glide, teach the foot to listen. Do short foot for 60 to 90 seconds per side. Stand near a counter, barefoot if safe. Without curling your toes, draw the ball of your foot gently toward your heel so the arch lifts. Hold 2 seconds, release. 10 smooth reps. If your toes cramp, you're gripping, back off and try again. Then do toe yoga for a minute. Lift the big toe while the other 4 stay down. Set it, then lift the 4 and hold the big toe down. 10 reps each way. Use your fingers to help at first if needed, but keep working toward independent control. This resyncs motor signals and sharpens pressure feedback. Layer in a quick sensory wake-up with a texture walk. 1 minute total. Stand and shift weight from one foot to the other on 3 surfaces for about 20 seconds each. A folded towel, a firm mat, and a wood or tile floor. Lightly roll the foot on each surface. You're reminding the brain, here's what safe pressure feels like. Finish with 30 ankle pumps to lock in circulation without revving symptoms. Night relief tweaks help if you get the evening burn. During your pre-bed wind down, prop your calves just an inch or 2, about a 5-degree lift. So venous pressure eases without pinching arteries. Then do 30 gentle tibial or peroneal glides in bed, small range, slow nasal breaths. Ditch tight socks overnight. They ban fluid and irritate nerves. If you truly need warmth, use a loose, soft layer that doesn't constrict. Food timing keeps the wires calmer. An early dinner window smooths glucose swings that poke irritated nerves. If you need a snack, go protein forward with a little fiber, half a cup of Greek yogurt and a few berries or a cheese stick, and an apple slice. Skip sugary tea and juice late. Those spikes and drops show up as midnight buzzing. Keep daytime hydration solid, so blood volume isn't scraping bottom by evening. 2 guardrails so you don't make this worse. First, no aggressive stretches into numbness. If a glide increases burning as you go, shorten the range or stop for the night. Second, don't hold static positions that trap nerves, like sitting cross-legged for an hour or tucking feet under a chair. Reset posture every 20 to 30 minutes and run a few ankle pumps. How do you know it's working? Track 3 quick metrics twice a week. 1. Your 10-point light touch map from earlier. Note clear, dull, or not felt at each spot and compare left to right. 2. Your closed eye balance time from the wobble test. Better sensory input shows up as steadier holds. 3. Your toe color refill. As the pipes and wires improve together, that number trends toward 3 seconds and your night wake-ups drop. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Glide, then activate, then sense. Tibial and peroneal glides to free the wire, short foot and toe yoga to power the foot, texture walk to sharpen the signal. 6 to 8 minutes, most days, for 6 to 8 weeks. That consistency is where nerves calm down. If symptoms spread rapidly, weakness shows up, or you've got wounds you didn't feel, loop your clinician in sooner. Otherwise, keep this gentle routine. When the wires wake up, your steps feel confident, your rail becomes back up, and your sit-to-stand time drops because the signal reaches the muscle on time. Strength and power dosing, 2-3x/week. With pipes primed and wires awake, it's time to load the engine. Strength is the insurance that keeps you steady when life shoves. And the key isn't just more reps, it's dosing the right moves at the right effort with a touch of speed to build power. 2 to 3 short sessions per week is enough if you're intentional. We'll use 4 cornerstone moves: sit to stand, step-ups, calf raises, and hip hinges. They map directly to daily tasks: chairs, stairs, first steps, and lifting. Your dose target is an effort of about 6 to 8 out of 10, 2 to 4 sets, with steady weekly progression. That's what teaches your body to adapt. Start with sit to stand. since it predicts real-life ease. Setup: feet under knees, hinge hips back, down slow for a count of 3, then drive up fast. Exhale on the pop. Do 6 to 8 crisp reps. Rest 45 to 60 seconds. Repeat for 2 to 3 sets. If knees complain, raise the seat so the range is pain-free. Once form is rock solid, you've got options to progress. Add 1 rep per set, lower the seat a ½ inch, or wear a light backpack. Step-ups build stair confidence. Choose a low step you can own, 4 to 8 inches. Whole foot on the step, slight forward lean to load the hip, press through heel and midfoot. Stand tall without pushing the rail, then lower slow. Start with 8 to 10 reps per leg, 2 to 3 sets. If one side lags, give it an extra set. Progress by raising the step-a-book's thickness or adding a rep before you add weight. Calf raises prime, the first push-off. Stand at a counter, feet hip width. Rise smoothly onto the balls of your feet. Pause a second, lower for 3. Keep ankles straight. Don't tip out. Do 10 to 12 reps, 2 to 3 sets. When that's easy, add a slow eccentric. Up in 1 second, down in 4. For an extra challenge, shift to single leg raises, holding light support, but only if balance is solid. Hip hinges protect backs and power your stride. Stand tall, soften knees, push hips back like you're closing a drawer with but torso tilts forward, spine long, then squeeze glutes to stand. Hold a light weight at your chest, if you can. Start with 8 to 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets. The cue: feel hamstrings load, not knees ache. Progress by adding a few pounds when the last 2 reps feel like a 7 to 8 out of 10. Power matters, so we'll blend it safely. On your first set of sit to stand each session, keep the 3-second lower, then stand up fast without losing form. That fast up teaches your system to recruit muscle quickly, which is what saves you when you trip. Between strength sets, slip in a 20 to 30 second tandem, hold to keep balance sharp without fatiguing legs. How to structure a 20 to 30 minute session, 2 or 3 days per week. Warm start, your 3-minute flow primer with nasal breathing. Block A, sit to stand 2 to 3 sets, down slow, up fast. Tandem hold 20 seconds. Block B, step ups 2 to 3 sets per leg, tandem switch 20 seconds. Block C, calf raises 2 to 3 sets, hip hinges 2 to 3 sets. Finish. 1 time 5x sit to stand speed check at perfect form. Your effort guide is RP 6 to 8. If you finish a set and could do 5 more reps, it's too light. If your form crumbles at rep 4, it's too heavy or too deep a range. We want challenging but clean. Protein timing helps you keep what you earn. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein within 2 hours after training. Greek yogurt, eggs, cottage cheese, tofu, chicken, fish, plus colorful produce for vitamin C, and a sprinkle of omega-3s through the week to support tissues. Hydrate, well, so blood volume supports recovery. Common mistakes: only walking and calling it strength, blasting through reps without tempo, chasing heavy loads before mastering the hinge, letting knees cave inward on step-ups, or skipping progression. Another sneaky one is holding your breath. Exhale on the drive, inhale on the lower. Progress weekly, 1 variable at a time. Week 1, perfect the hinge and knee track. Week 2, add a rep. Week 3, lower seat or add a book to step height. Week 4, add a small load. Retest your 5x sit to stand once a week under the same setup. As your time drops toward or under 12 seconds and step-ups climb by a rep or 2, you'll feel it. Easier stairs, quicker car exits, steadier turns. Remember the sequence: flow, wires, then load. When you honor that order, every strength minute pays you back in safer, stronger steps. Daily leg habits that stick. Now we lock this in so it runs on autopilot. You don't need perfect willpower. You need smart triggers. Tie tiny leg moves to things you already do. Coffee equals ankle pumps. while the machine runs or the kettle heats. Sit or stand and run 30 smooth ankle pumps per foot. That's under a minute. TV equals toe yoga. When the show starts, lift big toes while the other 4 stay down. Then switch. 1 minute per foot during the opening scene, and you've banked sensory practice without finding time. Meals are your built-in circulation windows. Do a 5-minute easy. Walk right after you eat, around the kitchen island, down the hall, or to the mailbox and back. That micro walk flattens glucose swings and boosts lower limb flow when digestion is already stealing blood. Keep the pace conversational. You're not training, you're assisting the pipes. If you've been sitting for an hour or more, break it up. Every 45 to 60 minutes, stand, do 10 ankle pumps and 5 heel-toe rockers. It's a 20 to 30 second investment that protects the vessels most affected by sitting, the ones in your legs. Footwear is a daily decision that either frees your toes or handcuffs them. Go for a wide toe box so your big toe can point straight ahead, a stiff heel counter so the back of your shoe doesn't collapse, and a flexible forefoot so push-off feels natural. That combo protects nails, improves pressure spread, and gives your short foot work a chance to show up in real walking. If your current shoes pinch, swap them or add a thin insole that doesn't crowd the front. And if flip-flops are your go-to, use them just for short, dry trips. They teach a shuffling gait and don't anchor your heel. At home, change the environment so movement is the default. Take phone calls standing with a hand on the counter and shift from foot to foot. Slowly trace the alphabet with your toes under the table if you're seated. Keep a sturdy chair for sit-to-stands where you spend time, and a step platform if you've been doing step-ups. On stairs, keep the rail as an assist, not an engine, light fingertips when you can, a full grip only when you need safety. That difference tells your legs to keep adapting. Now, let's give you a super simple tracking dashboard, so progress is obvious. Once a week, do your toe color test. Elevate legs 30 seconds, lower, and count pink return. Your goal is at or under 3 seconds. Then run your 5x sit to stand under the same setup as before. Target under 12 seconds as you build power. Finally, check your step count trend or time in motion, not to chase a number, but to spot patterns. Are you moving a bit more on most days? If you've had sockline dents, add a quick pitting note. Press the shin for 5 seconds and write the rebound time. Snap a photo of any skin or nail changes once a month with a coin in frame. You're not collecting data for a lab. You're giving your brain proof the plan's working. Breathing and nitrate timing fit here, too, without adding workload. Keep most of your daily breaths through your nose, especially on walks. That helps vessels relax slightly, and it's a natural break on overstriding. Stack greens or a small beet serving at lunch a few days a week, and don't sabotage the nitrate to nitric oxide pathway with antibacterial mouthwash right around that meal. If mouthwash is a must, use it away from nitrate-rich meals or switch to a non-antibacterial rinse. These 2 habits make your capillary refill test trend toward that less than or equal to 3-second target faster. Hydration habits matter more than heroic chugs. Front-load a glass of water in the morning, sip through the afternoon, and avoid letting your tank run dry by dinner. That's when legs feel heaviest. If your clinician's fine with it and you run low blood pressure, a pinch of salt in 1 glass can help on hot days. If you swell easily, pair hydration with your micro walks and calf pumps so fluid moves, not pools. Let's build a light weekly rhythm so nothing falls through the cracks. Most days, 3-minute flow primer before walks or strength, plus your 5-minute post-meal walk. 2 to 3 days. Your strength blocks from earlier, sit to stand, step-ups, calf raises, hip hinges, with a balance hold between sets. Daily, 6 to 8 minutes of nerve wake-up, glides, short foot, toe yoga. Once a week, dashboard checks, capillary refill, less than or equal to 3 seconds goal. 5x sit to stand. less than 12 seconds goal, and a quick note on swelling or sock lines. Monthly, a skin and nail photo with a coin, taken in good light. Common traps that kill momentum and how to dodge them. All or nothing thinking. I miss my workout, the day's ruined. No, bank your 5-minute post-meal walk and your TV toe yoga and call it a win. Waiting for motivation? Don't. Use anchors you already do. Coffee, TV, phone calls, meals. Wearing shoes that fight your feet. Fix that once, and many frictions disappear. Sitting marathons, set a gentle timer or pair your sit breaks with something pleasant, like a favorite song. When the song ends, stand and pump ankles. If a day goes sideways, use the 1-1-1 fallback. 1 minute of ankle pumps, 1 set of sit to stands down slow/up fast, 1 5-minute easy walk. That's under 10 minutes total. And it keeps the loop alive. Pipes, wires, load. What should you feel in the next 2 weeks with these habits? Warmer feet earlier in walks, fewer first step stutters after sitting, and less evening heaviness. Your toe color number edges toward 3 seconds, your 5x sit to stand trims a second or two, and those random kitchen wobbles show up less often. That's not luck, that's consistency. Last piece, make it rewarding. Check off a tiny box on a calendar when you hit your coffee pumps, your post-meal walk, and your TV toe yoga. 3 checks a day is momentum you can see. Share your weekly 5x sit to stand and toe color times with a friend or in the comments, so you've got light accountability. Remember, you're not adding workouts, you're upgrading moments you already live. Tie the habits to anchors, keep sessions short, measure weekly, and let small wins stack. This is how legs stop feeling like Walking Dead and start feeling reliable again. 14-day dead leg breaker protocol. You've got the playbook. Now, let's run it for 2 weeks so your legs stop feeling sluggish and start feeling reliable. Keep this simple. Follow the daily plan, log the basics, and watch the numbers move. We'll front load the wins, prime flow, wake nerves, then add strength and food tweaks so momentum carries you. Days 1 to 3. Learn the ritual and capture your baseline. Each morning or before your first real walk, run the 3-minute flow primer. 30 ankle pumps per foot, 30 calf squeezes per leg, 30 heel-toe rockers with slow nasal breaths. Drink water so you're not running on fumes. Today, record 3 baseline metrics. 1. Capillary refill. Elevate legs 30 seconds. Lower, count the pink return. Write the best of 2 tries per foot. Your target over time is at or under 3 seconds. 2. 5x sit to stand. Same chair, arms crossed, down slow, up fast, time the 5th stand. Target under 12 seconds. 3. Evening swelling if you get sock line dents. Press your shin for 5 seconds and note how many seconds it takes to rebound. And score pitting from to 3. That's your starting map. Days 4 to 7. Add the nerve wake up and 2 strength days. Keep the daily 3-minute primer. Layer 6 to 8 minutes of nerve work once per day. Tibial and peroneal glides, 90 seconds each side. Short foot, 10 reps each side. Toe yoga, 10 big toe lifts, 10 4-toe lifts. Then a quick 60-second texture shift. Towel, mat, floor. Keep ranges gentle. If it tingles more as you go, you push too far. On 2 non-consecutive days, say day 4 and day 7, do your 20 to 30 minute strength block after the primer. Sit to stand 2 to 3 sets, down 3, up fast. Step ups 2 to 3 sets per leg. Calf raises 2 to 3 sets. Hip hinges 2 to 3 sets. Between sets, hold a 20-second tandem stance. And with 1 perfect timed 5x sit to stand, speed check. Note your time, but don't chase fatigue. Quality first. Days 8 to 10. Stack compression, nitrate timing, and keep the engine humming. If you get evening swell or sock dents, try light compression, 15 to 20 millimeters of mercury knee highs for daytime walks and errands. Put them on in the morning, off before bed. Keep post-meal 5-minute walks to curb glucose swings and boost leg flow. add a small nitrate bump at lunch, leafy greens, or a small beet serving, and protect the nitrate to nitric oxide pathway. Skip antibacterial mouthwash around that meal, and keep breaths through your nose on easy walks. Strength stays twice this week. Pick 2 days with at least 1 day between. Nerve wake-up stays daily. On day 10, recheck capillary refill, and jot a quick note. Is the number edging closer to 3 seconds? Less than or equal to 3 seconds? Are your feet warming faster after the primer? Days 11 to 14. Progress the dose and retest. Keep the daily primer and nerve wake-up on the 2 strength days. Nudge 1 variable, add 1 rep per set, or raise your step height a book's thickness, or lower your chair a ½ inch. Just 1 change so form stays sharp. If your 5x sit to stand was above 12 seconds at baseline, keep the down 3 up fast tempo and try 1 cluster set. 3 reps, 20 seconds rest. 3 reps, 20 seconds rest, 3 reps. End each strength day with a single timed 5-rep set at perfect form. On day 14, retest your 3 metrics under the same conditions. Capillary refill, 5x sit to stand, and pitting score if swelling was present. If you practice balance from earlier sections, add a 10-second tandem target per side. Steady, not white knuckle. Your targets for the 2 weeks are realistic and measurable. We're aiming for up to a 50% improvement in color return time, trending toward that 3-second goal, less than or equal to 3 seconds. We're aiming to shave about 3 seconds off your 5x sit to stand, trending toward under 12 seconds. And we want a clean, steady 10-second tandem stance per side without grabbing hard for support. If your evening pitting score started at a 2 or 3, look for 1 grade improvement or a faster rebound by a second or 2. A few safety rails so progress doesn't backfire. Pause and call your clinician if you notice red streaks, spreading heat, or odor from any wound. If a wound isn't clearly improving by day 10, if capillary refill is staying well over 3 seconds with a new cold, painful foot, or if new weakness shows up that wasn't there before. If any drill spikes pain or burning as you do it, shorten the range or stop for. That day, if you get lightheaded on standing, sit and hydrate, and talk to your clinician about fluids and salt. Let me give you a micro routine for chaotic days so you don't lose momentum. The 1-1-1 fallback, 1 minute of ankle pumps, 1 set of sit to stands down slow/up fast, and 1 5-minute easy post-meal walk. That's under 10 minutes, and it keeps the pipes wires loop alive. How do you track without making it a chore? Use a simple note card or phone note with 4 lines you fill once per day. Primer done? Y/and nerve wake up done. Y/and walk after lunch. Y/and number of strength sets today. 2 or 4 plus. And once every 3 to 4 days, add your capillary refill and a quick 5x sit to stand time under the same setup. If numbers feel flat for a few days, don't add volume. Fix basics first. Do the primer before tests, nasal breathe, hydrate, and move compression to earlier in the day. What should you feel by day 14? First steps after sitting feel steadier. Calves burn later on walks. Fewer midnight wake-ups from buzzing if nerves were cranky. The rail on stairs becomes backup, not an engine. Your toe color returns closer to that 3-second mark, and your sit-to-stand time drops toward or under 12 seconds. That's not a fluke, that's a primed system. From here, you'll roll straight into the same weekly rhythm. Primer daily, nerves daily, strength 2 to 3 times per week, and easy post-meal walks. Keep testing weekly, so your brain sees proof. When you keep this sequence, flow, wires, then load, your legs stop whispering, Walking Dead, case micro stories. Ready. Intention, obstacle, stakes, resolution. Story 1. Intention. I want to take stairs without the rail. That was Mary, 72, who'd started planning her day around elevators. Obstacle. 1 block into any walk, her right calf seized and stairs lit up her knee, so she hauled herself up by the arm. Stakes. A spring trip with her sister meant old towns with endless steps. Canceling felt likely. Resolution: we started simple, flow primer first, then interval walking. 1 minute brisk, 1 minute easy, 10 cycles. She stopped each work minute when pain hit 5 to 6 out of 10, not 8. 2 times a week she ran sit-to-stand clusters and low step-ups, and 3 minutes of relaxed backward walking before stairs calmed her knee. Compression 15 to 20 millimeters of mercury on outings kept swelling down. By week 4, her pain distance doubled to 2 blocks before the ache, and on stairs she used fingertips instead of hauling. She shaved 2 seconds off her 5x sit-to-stand and sent me a photo from Lisbon. Stone steps, no rail death grip. The difference? She primed flow, respected the 5 to 6 pain stop, and built power instead of trying to push through. Story 2. Intention: I just want to sleep through the night. That was Ravi, 68, waking with burning feet at 2 a.m. Obstacle: blood sugar swings from late sweet tea and biscuits, then lying flat with tight socks that banded fluid. Stakes: he was nodding off during the day and nearly slipped in the bathroom after a rough night. Resolution: we treated the wires gently. Evening routine: 5-degree calf elevation, then tibial and peroneal glides in bed, small range, slow nasal breaths. Socks off at night. He swapped the sweet tea for Greek yogurt with a few berries and kept dinner earlier. In the day, he stacked micro walks after meals and kept a 3-minute primer before any longer strolls. Within a week, he reported 1 wake-up instead of 3. By week 3, he went 5 straight nights without burning. His toe color time dropped from 4 seconds to a clean 3, and his morning steps felt sure instead of stiff. The reason this stuck: he stopped stretching angry nerves and fed them smooth glides, calmer glucose, and better flow. Story 3. Intention: I want my push-off back. Jean, 75, felt her big toe go quiet months ago and started shuffling in flip-flops. Obstacle: numb big toe pad, tight shoe boxes for outings, and no heel counter to anchor the foot. Stakes: 2 near trips on the sidewalk and growing fear about walking her grandson to school. Resolution: we went from the ground up. She ditched the flip-flops for a shoe with a wide toe box, stiff heel counter, and flexible forefoot. Daily, she did short foot, a gentle arch lift without curling, and toe yoga, big toe up, others down, then switch. She used her fingers to teach the pattern at first. We added towel curls twice a week for a light strength hit, and 1 minute of forefoot circles and metatarsal glides per foot. We paired that with the primer and 5-minute post-meal walks. In 2 weeks, her coin test went from quarter and penny feel the same to I can tell the difference most of the time. Her stride changed, more push from the big toe, less side-to-side sway. On her 30-second step test, she picked up 2 extra clean reps per leg, and her 5x sit-to-stand dropped by a second. The thing most people miss is footwear. Once the shoes stopped fighting her foot and the wires woke up, the engine could fire again. Story 4. Intention: I need this spot to heal. Leo, 80, had a pea-sized sore near a bunion that lingered for 2 weeks. Obstacle: daily peroxide to clean it, tight socks, and walking through pain because it's tiny. Stakes: infection risk rising, shorter walks, and he started skipping church because shoes hurt. Resolution: we pulled the emergency brake on bad habits. Daily clean with soap and water, pat dry, thin ointment, breathable dressing. We offloaded pressure. Wider shoes with a softer upper and a donut pad to protect the area instead of mashing it. Hourly, 20 ankle pumps and 5 heel-toe rockers to move fluid without irritating the wound. He ran the 3-minute primer before even short walks and kept compression off that foot until the area calmed. He took a photo with a coin every 3 days. By day 9, the edges tightened and redness shrank. He caught himself about to pour peroxide again and stopped. That alone sped things up. We tracked toe color refill. He went from 5 seconds to about 3.5 over 2 weeks. Once healed, he kept the primer and post-meal walks, and he added a gentle calf massage after his contrast foot bath. The win? No infection, back to services with comfortable shoes, and a plan to act sooner next time. Quick patterns across these stories. They didn't grind, they sequenced. Flow first, so the pipes deliver. Wake the wires, so feedback and control return. Then load with tempo and small progressions. They fixed hidden saboteurs, late sugar, antibacterial, mouthwash around nitrate. Meals, tight socks at night, flip-flops, peroxide on wounds. And they measured, capillary refill trending toward 3 seconds, less than or equal to 3 seconds, 5x sit to stand toward or under 12 seconds, and simple photos or rep counts to show the brain. This works. That's how small choices stack into steadier stairs, warmer feet, and faster sits without chasing hero workouts. Common mistakes that kill progress. Now here's where most people mess up, and it's why good plans stall. First, skipping flow priming and starting cold. You feel okay. You head out, and 5 minutes later your calves burn and your feet go numb. Prime the pipes first. 3 minutes buys you steadier first steps and better power. Second, only walking and calling it strength. Walking's great for the heart, but it won't fix a 15-second sit to stand. You need a strength dose. Sit to stands, step ups, calf raises, hip hinges at an effort around 6 to 8 out of 10, 2 to 3 times per week. That's how you shave seconds off your test and make stairs feel lighter. Third, tight socks overnight and no elevation when you rest. Bands around the ankle trap fluid, irritate nerves, and make morning steps stiff. Sleep with loose socks or none. And during the day, prop the calves a touch, about 5 degrees, so veins aren't fighting gravity all the time. If you've got sock-lined dents by evening, put compression on in the morning, not at night, and pair it with your calf pumps. Fourth, shoes that fight your feet. Tiny toe boxes and slick soles create numb toes, nail pain, and shuffles. Go wide in the toe, firm in the heel, flexible up front. If flip-flops are your habit, use them only for short, dry trips. They don't anchor the heel or train a good push-off. Fifth, high-salt late dinners and low water. You wake puffy and heavy, and your color refill drags. Front-load water in the day. Keep dinner salt sensible, and take an easy 5-minute post-meal walk to move fluid and smooth glucose. If your clinician's fine with it and you run low blood pressure, a tiny pinch of salt earlier in the day can help. Don't guess if you've been told to limit sodium. Sixth, overstretching angry nerves and aggressive foam rolling on tender shins. Nerves hate hard static stretches. Glide them. Small range, in and out pain-free. And keep soft tissue, work light, and sweeping toward the knee. No digging on swollen or thin skin. Seventh, the Nitric Oxide Trap. Blasting antiseptic mouthwash around nitrate-rich meals. And mouth breathing on walks. That combo blunts the nitrate to nitric oxide pathway that helps vessels relax. Keep your greens or beets at lunch. Avoid antibacterial mouthwash near that meal, and breathe through your nose on easy walks. If you need a rinse, use it away from those meals or pick a non-antibacterial option. Eighth, testing apples to oranges. You switched chairs, changed step height, or timed after coffee without water, and wonder why results bounce. Standardize. Same chair, same shoes, same time of day when you can. Do the toe color test the same way. 30 seconds, legs up, lower, count the return. 2 tries, take the best. Ninth, rushing progress. You add reps, drop the chair height, raise the step, and add weight in the same week. Pick one variable and own it. Your body adapts to clear signals, not noise. 10th, chasing heat without movement. A space heater warms your shins for a moment, but without pumps and rockers, you didn't train the vessel response. Use heat, Sure, but pair it with motion and end with a few heel-toe rockers so that warmth turns into circulation. 11th, I'll do it when I'm motivated. Motivation shows up after you feel wins. Tie habits to anchors. Coffee equals ankle pumps. TV equals toe yoga. Meals equal 5-minute walks. That's how you show up on low motivation days. 12th, ignoring red flags. A wound, not shrinking by day 10. Toe color consistently over 3 seconds. New cold, painful foot. Spreading redness. Or new weakness. Those need a clinician. Acting early saves months. If you remember nothing else, don't skip the primer. Don't rely on walking alone. Protect the nitrate pathway. Skip antibacterial mouthwash near nitrate meals. And standardize your tests. Capillary refill, less than or equal to 3 seconds. 5x sit to stand, less than 12 seconds. Same setup each week. Those 4 moves prevent 90% of stalls. Your next 90 days. Let me fast forward 3 months if you run this plan. Your first steps after sitting feels steady. Stairs are deliberate but smooth, and the rail is backup, not an engine. Feet stay warm through the evening, and your 5x sit to stand hovers under 12 seconds on repeat tests. Bathroom trips are faster. Kitchen turns don't wobble. Socially, you say yes more. A longer grocery run without calf fire. A full church service without fidgeting. A walk with the grandkids where you set the pace. Those little frictions fade. Your numbers tell the story. Toe color refill trends at or under 3 seconds. Less than or equal to 3 seconds. Most weeks. 5x sit to stand lands under 12 seconds with clean form. Your balance holds steady for 10 seconds in tandem without white knuckling. The retention graph of your own routine flattens. Fewer start-stop weeks, more I did the basics days. The method doesn't change. Prime flow, wake wires, then load with intent. Keep post-meal 5-minute walks. Nasal breathe, protect the nitrate path, and standardize your tests. Next up, we'll dig into a complementary topic that quietly sabotages legs, hidden blood pressure and sugar swings, and how to smooth them so your gains stick. The big idea is simple. Prime the pipes, wake the wires, then load the muscles, and your legs stop feeling like Walking Dead and start feeling reliable. Run the 14-day protocol and post 2 numbers in the comments. Your 5x sit to stand time and your toe color refill. Then keep going for 90 days. If you want to lock in even bigger wins, watch the hidden BP sugar swing video next. It stacks perfectly on what you just learned.